I think we all realized that we were embarking and working on a project that was going to be extremely meaningful, was very powerful and necessary. And so we all went about it with our all. And Steve McQueen kind of creates that kind of environment on set. He challenges people just by being who he is to bring their A game. And that's what everyone did, and there was a real sense of ownership in every single person, both cast and crew alike. So when you come on set, it's like we were all ready to play and ready to make the story come to life in as real and exciting a way as possible.
Despite our desire to have kind of a very raw, a real version of what slavery was like, you always imagine that at some point you're going to go, whoa, this is too much or something like that. And it actually wasn't that way. It was a little bit the reverse. In the early cuts, Steve, it felt like Steve was being a little cautious and not being Steve McQueen. And all it took was saying, you got to be yourself and let this come from your heart. And he did that.
We all individually talked to Steve, of course, and we had those kinds of character developmental relationships with Steve. But then we all just came with our work and shared it, and just talked and listened to each other. And that's when things come alive, when you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the other person has in store,
Well, with Steve, you're not looking to kind of overwhelm their vision. The idea is, Steve had a very strong vision about this, and you want to nurture that. You don't want to be in there kind of, trying to mess with it, unless, but the idea too is to be an advisor, to be there to counsel, and if things were to go off, as they can, just, any director can, lose sight or need perspective on things, and I think that's what we provided, but it was Steve, driving it for sure.
I think once you're in that rhythm, and you know what you want to do, and you within, with the director and producer's hat on, you're seeing things, but you can make instant decisions at that time to cut. Oh, we don't need that anymore. So let's say if it's that a bit of money, then we could put that maybe in that scene. So you could do things in a very immediate fashion. That's what helped. That kind of process, that kind of development was very key to the making of this film. Think of the most interesting image you can have in your head. Reality is so much more. It's better. So you find your frame is there. You move the frame. You find the image. You don't have to draw it. You see it. You see it right there. You can shoot it.